this world is very my world here. I'm out partying every Saturday night.
People will enjoy watching. They might compare it to things which are there already, and they say this is something which they were looking out for from an Indian content providers.
Our marketplaces, which is Google Play and Apple, will be available across 190 plus countries.
It's not a show about a good guy and a bad guy. It's not a show like that. It's a show about two good people, but the thing is, they're very different from each other in terms of personalities.
And platform like Hungama or any other platform will help us to really make that content available to those audiences which are ready to watch.
Vignesh, what was the idea that came to your mind that you felt that you should write and you just elaborate on this?
This world is very my world here. I'm out partying every Saturday night. I've done this for like 20 years of my life. So I know this world very well. Abhishek knows that. I mean, I'm always out on a Saturday night and I like to go to good places. And that everyone has their own thing on a weekend. And this has been part of my life, as I said, for probably 18, 20 years. So, you know, they say when you start writing a story, write something that you know. That's what they say. So I thought, you know, this is a story that I know very, I mean, this is a world I know very well. So I said, why don't I cook up a story in that world? Because I've seen all that. I have friends who are nightclub owners. I have cousins who are very closely related to nightclub owners. So I know this world weekend in and weekend out. So I just thought it's going to come to me organically.
So it's your story. You're saying that it's your story.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's my story. Of course, all these characters, there are a lot of things in them which obviously come from within me, whether it's Akshay's character, whether it's Karan's character, a few things in the story which are all somewhere a part of my life, or people who I know. But yeah, the story came from the fact that I want to write what I know, and this world is something I know pretty well.
Like semi-autobiographical.
This kind of storytelling has not necessarily been told.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's
that's
very,
what I'm trying.
And
to me, that's the narrative we want to be taking out to our users.
एक बार start करो आप देखना तो फिर आपको देखते रह जाओगे आप. That's something which is for sure. That is something that is. I think you having Bharat Rabolkar. I think he's playing a very interesting character.
He's got a very interesting role in it. He's kind of he's a hook. Yeah, he's a hook. Whatever he does in the show is actually the hook of the show.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So how different was it for you to just produce a digital show compared to movies? What are the sort of challenges that you faced that you'd like to?
See, I think with movie we have a script which is like one script. With what happened with us in web show, there are like 10 episodes, 6 episodes. So like planning for every different episode differently, and definitely there are kind of budgets we get here and you get budgets there, and you have to execute really well. So there are constraints, there are liberties which we get here as well. Like in terms of creative, I don't think what we could do here we can do in films.
If this had to be a film, I really don't know how we could
I don't know how
done
this.
What
percentage you would have ended up chopping?
40% maybe.
But it doesn't mean that it's something which is not viewable like by audience, but at the same time it's something which people will enjoy watching. They might compare it to things which are there already, and they say this is something which they were looking out for from an Indian content providers. So this will something break through, or they will like it, and they'll find it a little different than what is happening around right now in web space. Yeah.
Right, so and this is, and I'll say this. See, the thing is that the way we've also gone about it is that, see, series, web series, all of that's been happening. Okay. The question is, as maturity of the medium happens, each of us want to be telling very different stories. Okay. And they're based on different production values. Okay. Right. They're based on different settings that are being put out there.
Right.
Okay. In that sense, I see Barcode really out there, up there, as an Indian offering, but to not only South Asians sitting out of South Asia, but this is to South Asians globally. I think the story that we're telling is extremely universal from a drama perspective.
Right.
Okay. And to me, I mean, if you look at it, you could have had this same story in a setting which could be another country, another world, but the story is really up, urban, uberish, all of that's there.
So what do you think are the genres that really work well for the online audience?
See, the way we look at it, Faridun, is that it's not about only drama, only crime, only comedy. We believe that if there is an interesting story and narrative there, which could be across any genre of content, we'd be interested to participate and see if that can be brought to audiences. And to me, that is very important. So even what we have done over the last 12 to 18 months to put this together with Abhishek and Vignesh, our intent is that whatever is put out should be out there. I mean, the songs that they've done. I mean, technically, why am I going out and doing? But music lends to this narrative.
Yeah, that's true. Very interesting.
There. And both the songs that have been done are very, very interesting. So we will, as you see it, and as Hungama, we will build those songs independent of the of Barcode, because for us, they're great songs to be put out there for consumers to both watch and listen.
Right. And so many people, they've been asking that which all countries will be available in, and what is how can they possibly access it? And so if you could...
So on both our marketplaces, which is Google Play and Apple, will be available across 190 plus countries. So it's available on Hungama Play. You download Hungama Play, you watch from a try and buy perspective. You're able to watch 2 episodes, post which you go into a paid ecosystem where if you like what you see, then you got to pay us and you get an ability to watch the entire premium experience, because at the end of the day, this is premium content and we're bringing it behind the paid wall through our platforms and affiliates, which are both Hungama Play on Vodafone, Hungama Play on Idea Movies, and Hungama Play on Share It. You're going to see these products available to their users within their platforms as well. So it's both destination play where the content's available on Hungama Play, and through our distribution network it's available.
Great. So what is your favorite character, and any challenges that you faced while writing any character that you'd like to share?
I mean, for me the only challenge was, I think is that I had to show these 2 characters to be different from each other, very different from each other, yet there has to be something humane about them. You know, I can't. It's not a show about a good guy and a bad guy. It's not a show like that. It's a show about 2 good people. But the thing is, they're very different from each other in terms of personalities, and yet they do a lot of things in the show. But they're not bad people. It's just that the circumstances make them bad. You know, they're just bad to each other, but they're good people to their own friends and their girlfriends and all of that. So I had to find the conflict in their personalities, as well as give them this whole thing of being humane, you know, being the nice guy, because it's not as I said, it's not about good versus bad. Clearly they both are nice guys, but they're just in the wrong circumstances.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, finally, Abhishek, what is your assessment and opinion with regards to platforms like Hungama Play and Hungama, that for digital content, that because now the way you're presenting your stars, like be it Akshay Obra, I think Akshay Obra, he's been there, he's done movies, but the way he'll be perceived after this show will be on another level. Like even his styling, the way he's looking, even the image. I think there's a complete makeover that Karan is already a star. I think Parina, the way she's looking like Simran Kaur Mundi, she's already like I think big star in Punjab, but here she'll be taken in a different light altogether. So what is your opinion about platforms like Hungama and the way they just help you reach out to such a huge audience all across the world?
Yeah, that's
like 190 countries is huge.
It's a huge, obviously. We have a great platform where we're going to reach other people. And I mean, we do make a lot of films at the same time. We have a lot of things which we are very not sure about ke film kaise banayenge. Like this content is something not for the general movie-going audience. It is something very experimental. It is something which is very different than what they normally watch. And platform like Hungama or any other platform will help us to really make that content available to those audiences who are ready to watch these films or these shows. I mean, it's a good generation jump which is happening in movies. It's a great time for cinema, in fact, and at the same time the web show is coming up. And I think it's a bigger, wider opening which has come to us in terms of content providers. Pehle se theater the, now we have a massive platform which is like available to everyone at the same time, sitting at home at their own convenience. So it's great for us, in fact, for content providers.
Great. All right. So lovely talking to you. I think a hugely insightful discussion. So Siddhartha, thank you so much for your time. Vignesh and Abhishek, and all the best wishes for Barcode.
Thank you.
Thanks.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.